That should help. All right. So we've got a semifinals match coming up against FGC. Oops. Yeah, so FGC is going to be on Stoneblade. And we are playing Aluren. So we've got basic Aluren here. We've got recruiters. Sorry for the mismatched art, but Mana Traders gives me whatever they want. I've got Therapy and Probe, one Ponder, and then flex slots in the main. I've got an Eternal Witness, a Deed, and 2 Chain of Vapors. And we'll figure out the sideboarding in a minute. So their list looks like this. So it's a Stoneblade list. They've got Countertop and then 2 Sprites, 2 Clicks, 2 Jace, Brainstorm, Ponder, Spell Snare, Swords, Counterspell, Predict, Force. And then a pile of things in the sideboard. So we'll look at this again after game 1 to see how we want to sideboard. I lost the die roll, so we're on the draw. This hand is awful. So we'll see. 2. And send it back. This hand's not great. How badly do we need Force of Will? I think game 1 we're pretty soft to countertop. So having Force for the for either piece, honestly, the counterbalance is probably the one we want to deal with. We probably want to have the Force to deal with that. I think I'm going to send back the Recruiter. We don't really need to combo them quickly in this matchup. We can kind of grind here. And I don't know if I want to pitch the Probe or the Chain to the Force if they have counterbalance on turn 2. So we'll just play it like this. This is a matchup where I'd rather be just straight up bug. I feel like our mid-range plan is a lot stronger against mid-rangey blue piles like this. Yeah, I think we let the top go, and then we'll try to fight over the counterbalance if they have it next turn. It's not a great draw. I think I'm okay pitching the Chain, so I just want to dig for lands here. I really don't want to brainstorm with only 1 land. We could just lose on the spot. So I'm just going to start off with a Probe. They don't have a second land either, so they're probably going to top on upkeep, but they don't have counterbalance. So they have Force, Cantrip, Sprite. Okay, we'll pop that out. We had a Ponder. Okay, so this makes me more likely to want to just fire off the Ponder on turn 1. I think I just want to get a Trop. Yeah. The 1-up Ponder coming in clutch. They're not main decking Blood Moon or Back to Basics or anything, so they don't have Wastelands either, so we're not going to worry about any basic land hate, or non-basic land hate. Wow. Well, this is awesome. So we get to draw a land, put Oracle on top, and put the other land on top of that. What do we want to leave up? Do we want to, after we Oracle, do we want to leave up Forest? I guess we just want to leave up the Underground Sea, so we'll go Sea, Oracle, Forest. draw that. Okay, so if they can't even play top this turn because they're pretty much locked into upkeep top for a land. Really? They're just going to go for it and ponder? Yeah. They went for the shuffle and missed. Yeah, I guess we're pretty far ahead now. So we're just going to go for this Coiling Oracle. We're going to reveal our Underground Sea. I don't think I want to chain the top. Nah. They didn't go for it again. Do they have another ponder? Okay, Caracas. So now they have Sprite up, which means we can't brainstorm, but I think that's okay. Deed. Deed. Do they have any answers to Deed game 1? Or is it just going to sit here and be excellent? They have no answers to it. So I think we're just going to slam the Deed and just hang on to it. If they want to force it, that's fine. We're pretty close to just winning. They have 2 unknowns in hand and a brainstorm up. I don't really like intuition here for value. Like we could intuition for triple therapy and then cast 2 therapies. But then like what are we doing? We don't have a way to get a recruiter and we have an alert on our hand that doesn't do anything. So I think I'm just gonna attack and slam the Deed. If they want to trade Oracle for Sprite, I don't care. Okay. They're casting another top. Okay. Oh, therapy seems excellent here. If they have a Sprite, they're gonna Sprite the therapy, and then we get to brainstorm. Uh, hmm. We might just force the Sprite, then they force back. But I think that's okay. So I'm gonna attack first. They might just brainstorm. I don't know. This really puts them in a bad spot. If we counter this, what do they do? So they have an unknown, a force, and a Sprite. They probably put force and Sprite back. then they can't shuffle. I don't know. I don't know what they do here. Maybe I was supposed to deed there. This is a skill testing game. I'm just gonna name Spellsetter Sprite. Actually, what if they have two forces? They could maybe they couldn't put both forces back. I'll take their force of will. Yeah, they have Sprite as well and Jite. So it was wait. So they have Jite, Sprite, and Plains. They don't have a creature to put the Jite on unless they're bouncing one on top, but I don't think we care because we can just deed the Jite away. The Sprite is really annoying. So let's just go ahead and take the Sprite. So they have Plains Jite. Do I deed? Do I deed now? They get to keep one of the tops? Yeah, I don't think I care about the tops. I'm not going to try and deal with them with the deed. I just want to save deed for counterbalance. I could have deeded there, and then they have to put their top on top, and then they have no tops. Jace the Mind Sculptor. We're going to force that one. Do they have force back? They do not. They have nothing. Okay. I think we're going to brainstorm here to try and hit a land. Nice. Put intuition on the bottom and forest on top. They played their planes. So they're trying to top into Force of Will. So we can pop the deed to try and force them to top now. I'm gonna probe. They have force and Jite. Okay. So we deed for one, they activate the top, then we intuition and win. This is game one, Captain Cook. FGC is on the play. But we've got game one here, I think. We will get the other recruiter. All right, that's game one. Yeah. Look, Mana Traders gives me whatever they want. I don't get to choose. Okay, so I think we do want to interact with them more post board. We definitely want the extra deeds. You can see what deed did right there. Just it's excellent against counterbalance. They don't have many threes to kill it with to counter it with the counterbalance. And it forces them to top at weird times. It takes care of the GT and the Stone Forges. It's just the best thing in the matchup, I think, by a lot. So I don't think we're gonna have room. Like we could do a thing where we just take out the chains and I think we want both the Dreamstalkers if we're gonna do that. Like we could take out one Force of Will or something. I think we want forces against counterbalance though. So we could take out one copy of Aluren and we could do like this. But what I think I want to do is take out the chains, the Allurens, all of this. 14 cards. And bring in the Progenitus package, the Beast Withins, the Crossing Grips, and 2 go for the throats. I think this is going to be fine. Their list looks like this. So they've got 2 sprites, 4 mystics, and 2 clicks. That's not a lot of targets for go for the throat, but I think it's going to be fine. They don't bring in any more creatures, do they? No, I think it's going to be fine. It might be better to have Chain of Vapor, but you get the idea. Yeah. I just got game one. We drew a Pernicious Deed, the one of Pernicious Deed, the main deck, and we probed them. They had Force GT, and we were able to crack the deed to force them to tap the top, and then go off in response to the top. So they've got Explosives, Fluster, Path, Pyroblast, Relic, Disenchant, Blood Moon, Elspeth. So I'm not sure how they're going to play this. I don't think Blood Moon's very good against us, but we can respect it a little bit post board. Deed's just going to be excellent against everything they're doing, except Jace. So I've got 24 seconds. Do I want Go for the Throat or Chain of Vapor? I think I want Go for the Throat. Just killing Stone Forges seems great, and they have no ways to deal with Progenitus, no matter how they board. And the rest of this just looks awesome. Yeah. The problem with this configuration is that we only have a few green creatures. So Natural Order isn't the easiest thing to cast. We have to sack an Oracle before they kill it with the trigger on the stack. A Deed or Eternal Witness, or the Dryad Arbor. So this hand is okay. It goes for it, but I think this hand just loses to way too much. I'd rather have more of this kind of stuff, yeah. So Probe Therapy is going to be great. I think we can actually just put back the Natural Order. We've got 4 of them. We may not even need 4. We could go down to 3 if we wanted to bring in a Chain of Vapor next game. But I think we want all of this stuff. So we're going to put back the Natural Order. The other side of the bracket is done. I forget the player's name, but yeah, Blue Zoo's in the finals. I watched some of it. I watched Four Color Loam versus Burn, and then Burn versus Four Color Zoo. The Burn deck looks sweet, honestly. It puts so much pressure, and the Tarmogoyfs and Knights versus Burn ended up being really interesting. The players having to, like swords their own Goyfs and Knights to gain life. It was a lot of super tight games. All right, let's cast Gataxian Probe. Disenchant, Force, Predict, Pyroblast, Mesa. So this is kind of what we were hoping for. They bring in Disenchants to try and interact with Aluren, and then we can cut. They're still pretty good against our Pernicious Deeds, but I think it's a lot worse. We can just hold Deed to where we just pop it as soon as we play it. Pyroblast is going to be pretty good though. What do we take here with Therapy? So we get to Therapy this turn, and then Probe, Cooling Oracle, Therapy again next turn. So I think I'm just going to take the Pyroblast. I think that is the... If they get to Pyroblast the Cooling Oracle next turn, that's pretty bad for us. I'm not going to play around Blood Moon with one land. I think we just don't really get the opportunity to here. Do we get Underground Sea? Yeah. Yeah, I guess we just get Underground Sea. And then we're taking the Pyroblast. Right. So they're probably going to fetch Tundra and predict us, or predict this turn. Oh, Misty's excellent. Misty is excellent. So I think we probe first. Counterbalance, Disenchant, Force, Predict. Another land, excellent. So now we can actually afford to play around Blood Moon a little bit. So I'm actually going to get a basic forest with this Misty. Yeah. If we get a land here, we're in excellent shape. They're going to predict here. Valk. Top. Okay, I guess they could top into Brainstorm. Or blue card to pitch. This Oracle is a lot of value for us if it lands. Pyroblast. Lucky. Okay. All right, so they have Force Predict to protect Counterbalance and top this turn. Oh, okay, they don't have another land, that's right. So they're going to predict. They're naming Brainstorm. Okay, they knew because of the top, yeah. Draw two, still missed their land drop. Okay, that's pretty good for us. Alright, so I'm going to save the Verdant to get a Dryad Arbor, and then just go get another basic with Delta. I want to slam the Deed now. I think they have no, they have Disenchant, huh? Yeah, that was a pretty good spin on their part. I really want to slam the Deed, but they probably just untap and disenchant it. I guess we just start brainstorming before they can get their counterbalance set up. Okay, Therapy is excellent. I don't really want all these lands. I guess I'll just keep the fetches. I don't think our life total matters too much. They don't have bolts. The only way, I mean, they have clicks and stuff to pressure us in the air. How bad do we want basics? We could get a basic swamp with this Delta, but I think I'm gonna get a I think I'm just gonna fetch another duel. I don't like only having a single blue. In case we, I guess we don't really need. I mean, I don't think they have Blood Moon. They fetched Valk, but I think that's mainly for Pyroblast, so I'm not gonna play around it too hard here. Um, do I get another Underground Sea? I think I do, because we can get the second green off the Verdant. Okay, so now I think we know they have a top and a counterbalance in their hand, and then an unknown card. They don't have the Predict anymore, and they mill the Brainstorm. So they have top plus the two cards they draw Predict. So I think it's fine to just take the counterbalance here. Disenchant. We could take Disenchant. That way we could land the Deed, but they probably force the Deed. I don't know. I think it's just really safe to take counterbalance. We should have taken the double Disenchants. All right, that's fine. We could, if we find another creature, we can take some Disenchants. All right, so they're gonna have that. Disenchant, Disenchant, Force top, Stoneforge. Like that. Here's the top. I assume they're gonna look for a land here. Brainstorm, okay. Yeah, Arbor Therapy's a line, but like I said, we have so few green creatures, and they probably kept some removal in. Like, they used two Pyroblast, but I guess they still have some number of swords in, and I really don't want to be sacking one of my few green creatures just to therapy them. All right. Let's see if we can find a creature. Jace, Disenchant, Counterbalance, Stoneforge. There's a Taiga. I probably want to shuffle this Taiga away. So they put Force of Will back. Alright, yeah, I don't think that's what the game's about either. And the other Disenchant they put back. All right, these cards are all great. Okay. Huh. How do we do this? So if we take disenchant, we could Coiling Oracle, Therapy, the counterbalance, and then they have to shuffle and look for lands for Jace. We don't really have a good answer to Jace. Beast Within does it, but it's not great. Stoneforge is another problem. I think if we have lands here, so I think we're okay. We can probably find another land and get into a spot where we can deed and activate for 2 to wipe up the counterbalance and the Stoneforge. So I think I'm gonna put Beast Within a Taiga back, and then Coiling Oracle, Therapy, the Jace here. We might want to draw the Taiga, honestly, because that leaves us open for a deed pop for 2. If they just go like shuffle, draw land, counterbalance Stoneforge. Yeah. I really hope I put the Taiga on top. I guess they could top to look for a force for this. Oh, they probably put the force on top. That makes sense. So they're going to top into force and then force pitching Jace. No, they're going to pitch counterbalance and then resolve Jace. No, they pitch Jace. I think this is just fine. They have another disenchant. So we just don't shuffle. We draw the Taiga, we fetch, and then we deed for 2 to clear the counterbalance and the Stoneforge. Then they'll have like a Jitte or a Batterskull in hand. Yeah. Okay, they didn't hit their land. I want to draw the Taiga. Pow. I have a second green in my hand. Can't get the Dryad Arbor here. Let's just get by you. They're not playing around their own Blood Moon, so why should I? Alright, so we don't even have to do this now. We can do it at their end step, so they can't even play Stoneforge. And then we're not really worried about the top because we can... Yeah, let's just do it now. If they want to put the top on top, that's fine with me. If they Stoneforge next turn, we can just K-grip the Batterskull or GT or whatever. Oh, or we can just pop the Stoneforge. I don't know. I like our spot. Eternal Witness is just like always the best draw on our deck. Double top, huh? All right, that's a Dryad Arbor. Now we just need the natural order. They're gonna shuffle away one of the tops. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. All right, now you have no tops. They still have Disenchant and Stoneforge. Ponder, sure. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Pretty scary. Top card of our library. They left a card on top. I'm not gonna shuffle. Pretty happy to draw a Force of Will here. Not happy, but it's okay. Yeah, Jace is the one card we have trouble with. I thought we were going to be able to therapy the first one, but it got shuffled back. Do they know their top card? I think they do from that. No, they shuffled after the top. And they guess island and get it. And get it. Yeah, I'm okay with top. Are they fate sealing or brainstorming? Fate sealing again. Another one on top. I'm going to go ahead and get the Dryad Arbor. Probe and therapy. All right. Let's probe. We'll pay life. I don't think they're pressuring our life total at all. Stoneforge, Disenchant, Brainstorm. Sure. Hey, that's a card. So they have to brainstorm into a force blue card? Good luck. They could have Fluster. No, Fluster doesn't do it. Fluster doesn't do it. Do we probe this turn? Fluster does do it. We probe this turn, Fluster does do it. No, we probed. Now they brainstorm. No? I don't think they can beat this. Because we get to go for the throat the Stoneforge, so it's not like they can gain life. They could get Jite. I guess they could just hard cast the Batter Skull, but we're killing them in 2 turns. Double Stoneforge. Okay. Do you have a land? I don't know. I like our spot. Yeah. It was probe and natural order, so it would be like a spell pierce for 3. They have life gain, so Jute and Batterskull are life gain, but they're fate sealing us, so they have to. We hit for 10. They go up to 11. We hit for 10. I think we just go for the throat one of these, and then we can force if they try and cast like. So they would have to like Stoneforge in Jute and attach it to attack next turn, and they need to attack next turn because they can't block to gain life. They don't have that anymore. So I think if we kill one of these, they can't. I guess they could play Jete and equip it and attack. That's 4 life, and 4 life is not enough. 4 life is not enough. And I don't think Jace does anything. They know about the force on our hand. Like I'm looking at their list. I don't think there's a combination of cards they can have here. Swords the Stoneforge? Okay, if they would have to they would have to resolve the Jitte, attack, gain 4 life, and then swords their own Stoneforge. That's a line. I don't think they have lightning bolts. All right, we did it. Good games. Settle the Wreckage was not printed before November of 2011, so we are in the clear. Yeah, Swords of Batterskull doesn't do it. That's only 4 life. But if they had like play Jitte, attack, gain 4 life, that puts them to 10, then they can swords their Stoneforge for 11. That buys them another turn and lets them maybe Jace hold us. They go to 1, they untap, go to 13. No, they needed 2 more turns, so yeah, we're in the finals. So we will be playing against, let me check. Tuesday is Noob, I think. Yep, we're playing against Tuesday is Noob in the finals, and they are on, yeah, Blue Zoo, right? Is that right? White faces. I think that's the one. The Blue Zoo deck's cool. If any of you haven't seen it yet, it's just like a Naya Zoo deck with Knights, Goyfs, Nakatls, Lavamancer, Hierarch, Pride Mage, yeah. So it's a Zenith deck with bolts, swords, but then it's also just playing Brainstorm, Spell Pierce, and Jace. The Jace is wild to me. I don't get it. But yeah, this is a sweet one. They don't have counter magic other than the Spell Pierce's main, so I don't know. They're fast. They're really fast. But they can also grind. Submerge. What's that? Null Rod. Gaddock Teague. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm not sure how this will go, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, he's in